Namaste. Good evening. My name is Spirit, and this is my channel. Uh, Hold on for a minute. The caller is not right. Hmm. Okay. Okay. This is called Icebreakers, and let's see here. No, I'd like to do a prayer phrase. I've had little problems. Uh, haven't been feeling well, but now I'm feeling much better, and I thank God for that. Uh, and having difficulties is how I learn things that God wants me to do. So I'm not a complainer. So I thank God for that. And I thank God that He's keeping a hand on me. As I wouldn't think that He, I don't know, was real or that He loved me. But uh, I've been a spiritual person all my life. And it's there and it grows bigger and bigger. And I am happy for that because my meaning of God and what He can do becomes apparent and like looking through a glass. I hope you understand. But I trust God and I thank Him for everything. So here goes my prayer for today. The glory of this present house will be greater than the glory of the former house. And in this place I will grant peace. This is from Haggai uh, chapter 2, verse 9. Okay? So what I would like to talk about uh, today and get people to really understand the importance of a, a budget and a legacy. It is very important. In the Bible, it says to leave a legacy for the next generation. Uh, I don't know where that exactly is, but I will look it up tomorrow and give you the chapter of where that is about uh, the legacy. Should be there. Okay. I've learned a lot. Uh, I've been, like I said, not feeling well. So uh, I wasn't feeling good, but I still was able to commune with God and get information that would help me. Now, today, was feeling real bad and haven't been feeling well, haven't been eating well. Well, that's the normal thing for me, but much more this time. Uh, my stomach was swollen, is swollen, and not, and it hurts. And then plus, on top of that, I've been nauseated. So the doctor had given my GI doctor had given me a prescription for nausea medicine the last time, no, time before that he had seen me. But as you know, I don't like taking medications at all. If I can get out of doing it, I won't. So anytime I get nauseated, I don't take the medication. But the noises seemed to make me feel worse than I was feeling. So I said to myself, God, Lord God, Jesus, this is making me feel awful. I can't do the work that you want me to do because I need to sleep because the pain is bad. I was communing with him. So something told me you need to take the medicine and see what happens. you know, uh, the doctor gave it to me for a reason. Now, this is me and God communing back like old friends. So I said, you're right. So be it. So I took the medicine. I expected, I don't know really what I expected. But anyway, my stomach started feeling better. I said, oh, wow. So it's like take one every 6 hours or something like that. Uh, and so that's what I've been doing. And it's like I've taken two within the last 6 hours. And I don't feel so bad. And so I'm glad of that. Now, what I want to talk about is a budget. All right. First things first. A lot of people think that a budget is for their child and not for themselves. But, but lately, I have been seeing some irresponsible adults, and they don't see how it is affecting uh, their children. And I say, lead by example. Okay. By this, I'm saying this. I am a uh, single divorced mother. Uh, my daughter was about 3 years old when we divorced. So, uh, like most fathers of color, uh, he never paid child support. I had to work and go to school on top of that because I wanted my father to see that uh, that I was worth the trust and admiration that he had in me. So I said the way to show him is to get my bachelor. So I was working on that uh, uh, when he was diagnosed with gastric cancer. And anybody would know that about that kind of cancer, it moves through the body faster than all other cancer. Now, a family member had called me in college, and I think it was February. I want to say February. Yeah, it was chilly. Yeah, uh, they called me in February, and I was downstairs with other students, and we was watching something. I can't remember, but anyway, I went upstairs, and as I was coming into my apartment, the phone rang, and it was one of my older sisters, And they told me this is difficult, very, very difficult, because I see all of this as if it is right now. Uh, and she said, Papa has cancer, stomach cancer. Uh, and then I asked her how long. She said, the doctor says April, uh, maybe longer, but of course, uh, that's not guaranteed. So uh, uh, I was on the telephone maybe 5 minutes, maybe not that long. When I went downstairs, I couldn't speak. My friend, they knew something was wrong. I, I said, I can't talk about it right now, but I will, but not today. Maybe later this week or something like that. So I went to bed, and of course, I couldn't sleep, tossing and turning and everything. Uh, I don't know what I was thinking, but all of this is like, and I knew since he was the head of the family and keeping people sane and not starting this with this sister, starting this with this brother, he kept everybody sane and no problems and kept all the narcissists, the brothers and sisters away from me. So I said to God, I said, I know exactly what will happen. Soon as he lies in his casket. I said, I know God and I'm prepared. Uh, so my father always talked about budgeting, and my mother uh, spending too much money. And to think about it, she was. Uh, she spent money on silly stuff uh, that she really didn't need. She would take the light bill money and spend it or spend part of it, and my dad could not pay the bills. First, he had let her pay the bills, but he saw that uh, she wasn't going to pay them, and because she was a narcissist, a malignant narcissist, you know that they controls everything and everybody. And she was not going to let my father tell her what to do, even though it was for her benefit also. Uh, but with narcissists, everything that they want, no matter how hard it is to get it, they figure out a way to get it. And that's what she did. And Papa had to figure out a way to keep the money and the bills paid so she could not get into the money. So what he did was he opened a savings account and a checking account in his name. My father was very smart. Okay, so he had a legacy left for us, and But all of the children will swindle out of the money by my mom and one of uh, my sisters. And, and, uh, and I know he had a will because why would they have these papers drawn up for all of us to sign? Okay. And my daughter could not understand it. And she said, uh, why this? I said, how do you know that he left or something? Uh, I said, honey, uh, uh, they would not have us to sign a nothing paper. It must be very important to them getting something that he had left for all of us. They would not be worried about that at all, getting us to sign. I didn't want to sign, uh, but uh, I was left alone and I really didn't know what to do. And I did not want them harassing me or even hurting me or my daughter because I didn't sign a paper. And it is, I would say now, my daughter was the most important and is the most important thing in my life. What he left, no, they could have it. And I said that what he left was his legacy. And I am sorry, Father, I did not protect it. I wasn't strong enough at the time. But in my heart, God said he would handle it. And if you know by that what it means, he will handle it. Uh, and it would be a blessing to my daughter and I. So I didn't worry about it anymore. I was sorry that I let him down twice by protecting him from the physical abuse that they put on my father because they was paranoid and they figured in their head that dad had did something to them, uh, and he had not. I know this because my father is himself and was himself, and he would not hurt anyone unless the boys had did something wrong, and then he would punish the boys. The punishment for the girls uh, came from my mom, which is awful. So the importance of a budget is the life's blood. I call it the life's blood of the generation that came before and the generation that would be coming afterwards. Okay? So, whatever you decided to put away, even if you started now, and it could be $5 in a savings account, $10 in an investment account, and Do that every month or every 2 weeks, whenever you decide. And leave that money. No matter what, leave that money where it is. Think of this as that money. I borrowed it from the family and I'm paying it back, paying it back, paying it back. Think of it like that. I have to pay the family back. Think of it, put it in your brain, okay? Uh-uh, because in reality, you are. Because when the family came over, and I'm not exactly if it, in my family, if it was uh, Mali or not, uh, it could have been a country surrounding it, but uh, in my DNA, uh, it did say Mali and some of the countries that was around it. Okay, but I said Mali, my ancestors. So uh, when they came and put their feet on the American soil, the European made it, uh, excuse me, made sure, my eyes are itching, that our ancestors knew nothing about money, how important it was, and how to save it, or anything like that. They knew nothing. That's why we never knew anything because it came from generation to generation to generation. But thankfully, some of our ancestors did learn how important it was, like my father, and thank God for that. Uh, thinking of that, something in my heart says that uh, we never lost that legacy. That's what God is telling me. It's like in a savings account. So I don't worry about that. Thank you, God, for telling us that. Uh, so once you start a budget, okay, uh, stick to that budget. Don't err or over this way or that way because you see something that you have to have. No, you don't. You didn't need it before. So why now? And if you err off the budget this time, it's going to be the same the next time. It's like an addiction. And I would say an addiction because uh, if you are taking money from, like, say, for example, the rent, uh, maybe the money for your children to help them uh, get go to college or whatever, you're taking away that money, saying that the next time. It won't happen again. That's the same thing an addict says. Of course, it's going to happen again. Okay? Because you will see something else. Okay, that's beautiful. I want that. And you said, no, leave it. Maybe your wife would tell you, you don't need that. Because you are ahead of the family, you say, yes, I do. You might not say it to her or your kid, but the next time you are out by yourself, you'll get it. So don't fool yourself, okay? But write down a budget. Put it on the paper, not in your head. Write down the budget. Like, for example, okay, first thing first is your mortgage or your rent. Say you make $3,000 a month, okay, and your mortgage is $100 a month, $1,000 per month. So you got $2,000 left. So you okay. The next thing is the lights, um, car insurance, uh, the car payment, and all of the bills, and you have it in your little budget book. I have a budget book. Uh, I don't have it right now, but you have it in your budget book, and you go to each thing one by one, and down to gas, down to I don't know, money. Say for example, if you like Starbucks, don't buy Starbucks, but buy a coffee when you get groceries. If you don't have machine, uh, buy one from Temu or Amazon. Put that in your budget for that month, and buy the for the coffee, however you want it to be, and that way you won't have be worrying about going to Starbucks every morning with your friends. Takes stuff out of your sight. So you won't be desperate for that, to buy that. Okay? Uh, this is for an example. Uh, a person had put down a budget for a home. Okay? Uh, and he was going to stick to that that amount. But because this person thought it was much more beautiful than the places that they looked at, they decided to go over the budget. If you have a budget for something, stick to it. Okay? Because that dream that you have to help your daughters or your kids or your son or whatever, when you did that, that pushed back that dream. further and further and further. Okay? And you say it's not going to happen again. How do you know? Like I said, this is an addiction. And I will call it an addiction because I feel it is. You feel like when you don't get something that you want, that you are, what's the word? Starving. I'll put it that way. Starving because you are not getting this. You are starving, and that's how you feel in your body, in your mind. Okay? It's the same as an addict. If they don't get that, they're starving. And they will do everything to get it. And go on over the budget is that starvation. You had to have it. But no, the brain is playing tricks, okay? And you have to stay strong. A lot of people don't have that resistance. Just don't have it in their mind or body. They're gonna go over and over, and they're gonna make excuses, just like drug addicts, and just like drunkards. Okay, the suggestion I have is this: the money that you will not be using for gas or anything else, uh, find a person that you can truly, 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 truly trust and transfer the sum of money. Make sure the person set up an investment account for you, uh, and say, "Oh, I'm going to put $200 in investment." Okay, write yourself a budget and make sure that $200 is in there in that investment account every month. The same way with a savings account, have that person to put in, I don't know, $300 in that savings account. That is for emergencies, not for spending because you want this or that. But I am saying true life emergency. Like you getting sick or one of your children getting sick. And don't touch it. Don't touch it. And if you have to touch it, or part of that, say for example, $5,000 is in the savings, and the emergency costs, I don't know, 2,000. You pay that and don't touch the money again. And you write that note in your budget, in that book. And you have to have that budget book because you are seeing that written on a paper, your budget, and it will reinforce to your brain budget, 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 budget. Stay on the budget. And when you do not stay on the budget, that is reinforcing your children that I can do like mommy or daddy did and say, okay, yeah, I'll start all over. And they are seeing this and saying, and probably in the future they will say that daddy, you did this. Why can't I do this? Children see things that their parents don't think they do. Word think, but they see everything that you do. And they learn from that, and that's not good. So with me, I make sure, even though my daughter's older, I reinforce in her that like mother, like daughter. And I do not say anything that I would not say to her. Okay. I She would see like, say for example, I told her don't throw trash uh in the floor. Put it in the trash can. And yet she see me throwing it on the floor. She is aware that she can say right now, Mom, you said don't throw it on the floor, but and still you put it on the floor. I would then have to say, hey, okay, you're right. But that reinforcement of okay, Mom don't do what she says, but I should. That's not, but that's how children think. Okay, so that's one way. Have somebody to handle your money. Maybe put a lawyer on retainer to handle your money. Okay, and maybe in a contract say don't give me any of the money from my savings unless it is an emergency, and write down the things that uh, says it's emergency, like life and limb, stuff like that. And the same thing for investment, because what I am seeing now is that you did this just because you wanted this, not because of life and limb. No, and that was a mistake. And you could have the things that you said you were going to get. Okay. And when you started seeing that investment account piling up, and the savings account that piling up, you would be proud of yourself, like I am. Okay. Uh, because I thought that budgeting would be truly difficult for me, but it's not. And the things that I'm saving for is like I have like three different accounts or whatever, and I have my daughter. She handles the money, and if I need anything, or if it's time to go on a vacation, she knows that the money is there to help because I give it to her. Okay? And then I have a little bit of money for myself, specifically for other things for myself. Okay? But if I had not paid off my accounts, then I wouldn't even have the personal money. But I said to myself, I could suffer now or suffer later. Okay? I chose to suffer now, but I'm not suffering. I have more money because I'm doing what I supposed to do, and God has given me that strength to do that and to have things. So, uh, because you have decided to suffer later, then uh, that's not good. I say, uh, because this thing that you decided on for now, you are going to see this basically every single day. And it's going to hunt you. It's going to hunt you. It's going to haunt you. It's going to hunt you. Okay? Because you should not have done it. You should have chosen the other thing that's much cheaper, and because this decision is going to hunt you. So the budget is, remember, your life's blood. Okay. And think of it that what, because it is. It's for your children. It's what every person in your generation that is coming. And you have to make sure you are strong enough to do what you need to do. All right? So I said, do what I told you to do because it's not going to happen if you decide that you're going to do it because it didn't happen this time. You were supposed to save that money, but you didn't, and it's going to haunt you every month because you didn't do it, and you're going to feel bad because this savings is not just for you, but for the generation that's coming. So I will say this, and I enjoy talking. Okay, so this. Okay, uh, no, not that one. Okay, let me see here. Because gotta go to something else before I go to sleep because I'm tired. Okay, if if you could have any historical document or manuscript which one would you choose and why? I would choose, I believe, the Bible because I would see exactly what was in the Bible before they canonized it. I think that's what they say. The Catholic Church removed part of the Bible from the original Bible. Uh, but there are places where you can get these pages and read it. Okay, so now I would say thank you so much, and thank you for supporting me and taking care of me. Like and subscribe. Thank you. Good night and namaste. More things are coming in the future. I will let you know.